We'll give it 2 more minutes for people to pop in. They're coming in hot.
Hey, Grossman.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Giselle.
Are you at the cleaning right now?
Yeah, I am. What's up?
I was just gonna ask something. So when are we gonna pick? When do you think they're gonna release the thing to pick your classes?
Good question, actually. We'll have to. I know we just got an email. We'll go over it in a second.
All right.
Karina in the house. Hi, Maya.
Hello.
What's up, y'all? I think it mutes you automatically when you come in. If you want to stay muted, you're okay to do that too. So if not. Cool. All right, y'all. We'll go ahead and get started. Thank you all for being here. I hope your spring break was okay for the most part. Couple things. First up, couple updates on the district level. We had a board meeting last week, and it was pretty much a unanimous decision. The main reason for the meeting was to determine if we were going to shut down as a district. And the kind of unanimous decision, and it's kind of been our mindset as a high school anyway, we don't want to cancel anything. Give some hope that we can come back. So right now we're still scheduled to come back on May 4th. It's been the same date for a little while now. I think there's going to be another board meeting here. I don't know if it's this week or next week, but they're going to kind of reevaluate where we're at. If you've been watching the news the past couple days, there's been a lot of talk about different states reopening, which is crazy. I don't know what to believe really. One second we're on lockdown with masks on in our house, and then the next day we're talking about opening up a whole state to, go back to almost as normal as. But it's good news for you guys, especially because that does give us a little more hope that we could come back. And do I think we're going to come back May 4th? I don't know. I think it's a 50-50, my personal opinion. But either way, we're still having the same mindset on postponing rather than canceling. We still have the prom date set for May, 27th, I think, whatever it is. And then graduation is still set for the same day, depending on what's going on. So I feel a little more hopeful with everything that's going on recently. But as soon as we find out information, you guys know, because I know I'm assuming you guys are anxious to come back. I know some people are enjoying the time off to focus on other things, but I think we can all agree we kind of want to go back to normal, especially for you guys, at least for the senior activities towards the end of the year. So any questions about any of that? No? Cool.
So for now, grad night is.
I heard grad night. I'm assuming you asked. I haven't talking to Mrs. Markle. Nothing's been canceled yet, but I think they're in the same mindset we are. Let's postpone or not postpone. Let's keep everything set until we have a definitive answer. But in the event, I don't foresee them. I mean, they're so booked out. I don't know if it would be that easy to move dates if they wanted to. But I know they're working really hard to try and make it happen still. So don't count it out yet. And I know Mrs. Markle will communicate once we figure that out. Get Pierce in here. Any other questions about just school-related coronavirus itself? I know I need a haircut. It's getting kind of weird.
Oh, you need a haircut.
Grossman, just leave it. It finally looks like you got a hairline. I'm just saying.
It's starting to look like you, man. Whatever. All right, so moving along to our class, a couple things, and I know I was guilty of it too with the whole spring break and things, we got a little bit behind. Usually I push out all this information early. Most, 85% of you guys turned everything in, so I appreciate that. There are a few people missing a couple journals. Make sure you go back and do them and email me that you're completing them, so I can update the grades. I want to help you guys out as much as possible, but all of this stuff gets turned into the college. So if you can turn something in, I can get points for it. If you notice, especially with the 4-year plan paper going in, grades, 95% turned to 86% with nothing turned in. So keeping in mind, we'll have one more paper due, and then the final presentation could really knock you down quite a bit. So go back. We have time. Get something turned in. A couple things I wanted to just clarify on. A few people got confused. When we have our 2, 4, and 6-year plan, each one is building off of the other one. So by the end of this, you should have 6 pages total. You can't just, take the 2-year plan paper, go back and change a few things. You've got to add additional stuff. So there was some confusion there. So if you haven't turned the 4-year plan in paper yet, go and add to it. You should have 4 pages total. And then go back and make the corrections too that were recommended for you. Does that make sense?
question. Yeah.
Okay.
Part of my plan
Go ahead.
is so say year 2 is long enough to make up for the fact that year 6 is small, and it's still over 6 pages, but 6 and 5 are really small. They don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, that's okay. This is the thing too. A lot of you guys, and I said this from the beginning, from when it was first assigned, don't stress yourself out over the paper. I mean, what you're writing about, it doesn't have to be perfect. You could write about, in a perfect world, what your perfect plan looks like. You have the freedom to write about what you want. You just have to go along that 2, 4, 6-year plan structure. So 6 years out is tough to think about. I mean, you guys will be graduated. Maybe you're starting your grad school. Maybe you have a job. It really is tough to think about. So if you're having issues coming up with ideas, just think about, what would my perfect plan be like, and how is it going to align to what I've already written? So like for Sophia, your 5 and 6 may be a little light. That's okay, because when we look at your 6-year plan, I mean, that could be a reflection of your last 2 years in your bachelor program are going to be tough, or there's going to be a lot going on. That's okay. I just need the 6 pages in length total, but make sure you have enough content to support that plan, because essentially 1 year is done in 1 page, which is, a little light. This paper, when you become a college student, will probably be like a 10 minimum page paper up to 15. And we shrunk it down to 6 for you because you guys aren't fully college students yet. So try your best. It's an effort thing. There isn't wrong answers. But you need to make sure the alignment is what we always talked about, and the content is good. And I'm going to be cool with it. Because we need to think about too, and it's not posted yet, but once you complete the 6-year plan, hopefully we're able to do presentations in person on campus. But in the event we can't, you're going to be recording, a 3 to 5 minute spiel about yourself. So you want to make sure you have enough content for the entire presentation. So going back to Sophia, again, if your 3rd and 4th year is a lot going on, that's probably what the majority of your presentation is going to be about. However, you need to hit the first 2 years and the last 2 years as well. So again, don't stress on it. Just try your best, put in some effort, and get something turned in. And then make sure you're not just changing a couple words, but you're adding additional content to the overall paper. Hi, Sarah. Does that make sense? Cool. So moving along, also in our class, like I said, I tried to load the last 3 weeks kind of top heavy with 3 to 4 different assignments for you, so we can kind of ease up a tad bit and focus on your papers. But we still got to meet those hourly requirements. So let me share my screen with y'all over here. Desktop 2, share. Okay, so just going over the assignments for this week. There's only going to be 2, which is good. They just got pushed out about 10 minutes ago, so you're probably going to get an email on that. The first is Journal 22. Each week, you know, this is a new time for everyone. This is a big time in history. Hasn't really happened before. So every Monday, or we're going to give you till the end of the week, but you're just going to reflect on yourself, what's going on, what your thoughts are. Real easy. Again, write in 3 to 5 sentences to make a full paragraph. Should be easily get done. Most of you guys can get it done today. Okay. Going back to more of the educational side, one of the lessons that we wanted to do or are required to do is discuss the types of colleges as well as the types of degrees. Obviously, this would have been more helpful when we were a little bit beginning of the year or beginning of the semester, but all this stuff happened. But there's a 7-minute video, and it's going to go, most of you guys know what colleges you're going to now, so it's great. But it's going to talk to you about the difference between a community, a technical, 4-year college, and what those look like. And then it's also going to break down the types of degrees that are available to you. That's not good. I know a few of you are looking at physician's assistants. Some of you guys are getting your AA degree before. Some of you are going straight to a 4-year. So it's going to give you a really good idea going all the way from your AA certificate all the way up to a doctorate if that's something you want to do. So all you're going to do here, you're going to watch this video. You're going to do a 1-paragraph response. Anything new that you discovered. Sometimes people don't know how the degrees work or the difference between a Master of Science and a Master of Arts. Different kinds of things are pretty common. So you're just going to write a paragraph there outlining the video and any questions that you had. And then I'm going to go back like I've been doing for the last few and answering any questions that you have and going from there. Okay, so that's pretty much it this week. One thing I did want to mention too, it's on there. It's been on there. The 6-year plan. We wanted to give you 3 weeks to do that. I counted spring break. I know no one did anything over spring break, so I'm not going to make that count. So that 6-year plan is going to be due on the 27th. So that's 2 weeks rather than it being due on Monday. Okay, so you have an additional 2 weeks or so. A little more than that actually to complete that. That'll give you enough time for the people who need to go back and work on the 4-year plan, and then it'll give everyone else who's working on the 6 plenty of time to go back and do that. Okay, does that make sense? Cool. Other than that, like I said, we're most likely going to have 2 main assignments, just a check-in and then a video assignment. If there's anything that we do have to hit, we might go back to just another response, or you're going to respond to a classmate. But right now, coming off of spring break, I know we're all feeling a little lazy, and we want to get back into the swing of things. One thing I also wanted to tell you guys that I didn't mention before, okay, if you're getting behind in work from in the past, I mean, you should be all your missing assignments should be caught up, but work going forward from today on is going to be graded work, officially graded. Okay, for the stuff that was between yesterday and when we first got released from school, it was mainly to provide you guys with an opportunity for education. Okay, it doesn't say that work isn't going to help you for the work that's moving on forward. Some teachers might do credit, some might people extra credit, some might people, I don't know. It's all different based on the department. But either way, it's going to prepare you for a lot of the stuff that's going on from here on out, which is going to be graded. But how that looks is going to be different based on the department. So each department is going to have a rubric that allows you to get a grade still on your assignments. But I want to say, I don't want to say it's going to be easier, but essentially it is. And I'm going to make this one up. Let's just say for history, we're going to have 1 assignment. If you do all of it and do it decent, you're going to get a 10. If you only do partial work, you're going to get a 5, or you're going to get a 0. And that's all made up, but that's the general idea. So if you're just doing your work, you're going to get A's, 100% on everything. And it's going to be a good opportunity for you guys to bolster your grades. Okay. There will be some quizzes. There will be some tests. Talking to a couple of the teachers, some of them are going to be, just an open response, write a paragraph, and if you do it decent, you're going to get 100 on it. So for you guys who want to bolster your grades a little bit to finish, this is a good opportunity for you. It's also the reason they're going this way. We want you guys to have a full transcript, especially when we're looking at freshmen. If we were to do credit, no credit, or pass and fail, in 4 years, they're going to be applying for a college, and who knows, I mean, it's not fair for them to look at them differently, but you guys all have a full transcript with grades. Everything will transfer over as it would normally in a regular school year. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky. Again, we're still trying to work all the different kinks out, but all of your teachers should be pushing out those grading rubrics onto Classroom. If you're not sure, ask. And that way we can make sure you're not getting behind or anything. But in all reality, you know, it's a lot of responsibility on yourself at home, but it's not going to be the most difficult thing to complete, I would think. Some people aren't online learners. I get that 100%. But you're given all of this extra time and the easier grading rubric to get caught up and whatnot. Make sense? So I'm trying to think, anything else? Current week, 6-year plan, video, we're good there. I think, you know, I think that's pretty much it for all the information I had. Does anyone have any questions about, you know, just the district as a whole, homework, grading, anything for this class? I'm trying to make it as user friendly and easy as possible for you, while still hitting the requirements for you guys to get your A, college credit, and B, get a good grade here to bolster your GPA if you're lacking in anywhere else. So, but you got to do the work that's posted. So most of you guys are doing a great job. If not, just get caught up. We have some time. I can work with you, but we can't get zeros on anything, especially the papers, because those are going to ding your grade quite a bit. Cool. Any questions about anything?
Any word from the community college from when? Any word from the? Any word from the community college when we can be able to choose our classes?
Oh, good question. Let me see if I can pull that email up. They're gonna reach out to you directly, so make sure you're checking your email. I know. I think I have one person I know has a Zoom meeting scheduled to pick classes. If you guys want to do that with me or Mr. Pondo, we can all do it together, or we can do an individual section. I recommend check for that communication to you directly, because they might break it down by last names, times. I don't know yet. They haven't told us. But it's important that you, as soon as you can hop on, if it says 8 a.m., hop on, because you and a million other kids in the Valley who are going to be attending the community college are going to be doing the same thing. And it's going to come down to how important is your schedule to you your first year of college. And it's pretty important. You don't want to be stuck, you know, a class at 9 and then a class at 12 and then a class at 4. You want, I mean, for me anyway, I want to boom, 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 knock it out. I'm leaving at 12 and I'm done for the day. And I'm going to college 2 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important, I think, for you guys to figure out what kind of schedule you want and start thinking about that now. And once you get that date and time, make sure you have nothing else to do, nothing planned. You're going to be at the computer. You need to help doing it. Let me know, let Pondo know, or their counselor that contacts you from the college. That way you can get your classes that you want, the times you want, and the days you want, and you're locked in, and you don't have to worry about that. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Any other questions? All right. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. If you have any other questions, stick around for a second and you can ask, or you can email me directly. And good to see you guys. Hopefully, like I said, I think there's a board meeting either this week or next week. Watch the news. Those are going to be good indicators of what's going down with Governor Newsom. because he's the final shot caller for us. And then as soon as we find out, I'll let you guys know. I'll post it in Classroom. And like I said, we're set for May 4th, and we'll just keep our fingers
It's the hardest out of this thing.
Ready?
What?
ready
It's
for
so hard to see out of this thing.
Bro, what is that?
Loki scared me.
so the coronavirus doesn't get you. That's
Is that a cheese grater?
You're gonna
No,
put that
I'm
thing
going to the
back
Holy
at
Land,
the-
boys.
Oh, dude, I can't. Just kidding.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
god.
Good
You
hearing.
look like the guy from Monty Python.
Which guy?
Yes.
The Black Knight that's like, oh, you cut my arm off.
Yes. Thank you, Andy, for that. I'll be
God.
today till 1:30. If you need anything here, down the road too, just let me know and I can be here. I'm only 20 minutes away, so we can figure that out too.
All right.
Cool. All right. Later, y'all. If anything comes up, shoot me an email. Bye, guys.
Thank
Leo,
you. Bye.
Leo.
Grossman,
Yo,
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
So with me going to Nathan, why are you here? With me going to Michigan, I get to choose my classes, but it's because it's like soccer and softball.
Uh-huh.
Ethan, stop. So, what would you think would be best? What should I do? Because I know it's gonna conflict with softball, my morning workouts, things like that, and then my afternoon workout around 4 or depending on whatever.
So first, if they haven't reached out to you already, they should, and you should get priority scheduling, right? Have they mentioned anything like that?
My counselor there, his name is Tim. He's already been talking to me about it. He's just like, you'll get priority because you're an athlete, and most of the kids on the campus are athletes.
Okay.
So that's where that will come to play. But he hasn't said when I get to choose or anything like that.
What I would do is email him directly and ask him, when do I pick these and when can I do it? Again, if everyone's an athlete, it's going to be a little difficult. I don't think because it's a smaller college, I think they'll be fine. But maybe ask coach, say, hey, what are your recommendations? Look at your schedule now. If you have workout in the mornings, okay, maybe you're going to be tired. Maybe you take an hour break after that, and that'll be your first class.
Yeah.
And so what time are workouts at?
Usually 6 to about 7:30-ish.
7:30 we have workouts. Okay, what time is practice?
Practice, depending on if baseball is using the facilities,
Mhm.
practice can be from 4 to 6 or it's from 7 to 9.
4 to 6, 7. Okay, so that gives us a lot of wiggle room in between. I'm obviously way different from you, but for me, if I'm you, if workouts are done at 7:30, you need a half hour to shower, change, and all that. I wouldn't, my first class, I would say 8:30.
Yeah.
That way you have time to shower, change, maybe work on some homework you didn't get to do. You have some time, or even say 9. It depends. If you like going boom, 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 just lock it in and be done. But I would do 8:30, knockout class, either 3 in a row with a break and then 2, or just go straight through. Do you like relaxing before practice a little bit?
A little bit, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just
So I would do your classes just from 8:30 to 3 or 3:30 and see how that fits in there. That way you have an hour after you work out to get focused a little bit. You go to class. You have an hour to hour and a half to work on homework, get it done, then go to practice and then not have to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So ask coach what she thinks. That's what I would do if I were you, but obviously we work differently. I'm old and whatnot. So you just think about that, and I'm sure you'll be able to squeeze your classes in there. The thing too is, it might be a good idea if you do your classes, let's say Monday, Wednesday. When are game days? Are those
Friday and Saturday.
Oh, so maybe you just do your classes Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Or if you want that structure, you could do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and be done by like 12 every day, 11 or 1. And then you have time before the games and hang out and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I would do, but it really depends on what's available. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright.
Did you make all your phone calls yet?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
But I got to tell my family, which is my dad's side, and then I can make my announcement.
Okay, cool. So would your family's all on board, ready to go?
Yeah, they're all on board. Hannah's mad at me because I chose Michigan because she's an Ohio fan, but it's fine.
Yeah, whatever. That makes it more fun.
Yeah. She bought a Ohio State banner and decided that she's gonna put it up in her room. And I said, "You put that up in your room, I'll tear it down."
You should get her one of those. What are your school colors?
Red and white.
You should get one of those glitter bombs and send it to her when your first week there. Say, hey,
Yeah.
we got our team poster. Here you go, and then yeah, that would be.
That'd be fun. Or even just do like a Michigan State glitter bomb. She'd be so mad.
Hey, you know what? It is what it is. You know. Are you excited?
Yes, I
How relieved are you?
very relieved. I feel like I can figure out my life now, and
Yeah.
because like now I feel like all that's left is like playing, being able to play in my last 4 years. Plus, like now I didn't get my 5th year now, so like now I'm definitely gonna be taking every year seriously, even
Yeah.
more than I already have.
When did they say when you fly out yet or anything?
No, depending on, so I have summer orientation, which I'll